Over these past several months, I've found myself pondering a scenario that happened in my own life, a parable of sorts. Many of you who know me personally would know that I love the gym, that I've attended the gym for many years, and that the gym's closed the same time as church did in March 2020. I thought, it does not matter. I have equipment at home, I am able-bodied, I am motivated, I will continue. And for the most part, I did. What I found though, by working out in my home without the support in the same way that I previously experienced of a gym, that every now and then a phone would ring that I would answer, whereas if I was at the gym, I would divert. Every now and then the call of the wonderful fridge would say, hey, just come and see, come and visit. And I'd find myself wandering around the house in between sets and just nibbling on something, having a conversation, taking a phone call, and then maybe not completing what I used to do with the same intensity. It wasn't until measuring my own weight that I realized that I started hitting 100 kgs every day. This was more than what I'd ever weighed in my life. As a young man, I thought 100 kgs would be a great thing to achieve, but as a slightly older man, I don't know if that's such a good thing. So I determined I will fix this. So I found myself reintroducing boot camp. I would go down early in the morning and I'd run around the field. There was a certain warm-up that I used to do for about 10 years. I determined that I would run that warm-up and then proceed with my boot camp. As I ran the warm-up, I quickly discovered that my lungs were burning a little more than usual, that my heart rate had increased and my legs were dying. I had become unfit and did not realize it. I determined from that moment on that I would go every day, that I would increase my intensity, that I would regain that fitness that my mind thought I had, but that my body reminded me that I was not doing the same things to qualify for that level of fitness. As I pondered the scenario, it reminded me, am I spiritually fit as my mind thinks that I am? How easy it is for us who are no longer able to gather at church to maybe ease a little bit on our church activity and our callings, where we would be required to meet more than weekly and gather and prepare and teach and serve, when now we're in our homes. Maybe we are not living the gospel with the same intensity as we once used to. I found myself looking at my own personal activity and realized that I've gone from meeting with you and others 3 or 4 times a week to maybe making calls 2 times a week. My Sunday is still full of meetings indeed, as are many of yours. But have I become spiritually unfit? Or in other words, no longer as spiritually fit as I once was when I had the beautiful surroundings of gathering at church? I leave the answer to that question to you with an invitation that if you're finding yourself not as spiritually fit as you once were, to pick up the mantle and start again. What if we are not going back to church for another 12 months? Are you saying that you'll put down your spiritual dumbbells, that you'll stop running, that you will allow your spiritual lungs and muscles to just sit dormant, waiting for a perfect opportunity, so that when things return to normal, you will start trying to run again? You may discover, as I did with my physical body, that when I started to try and run, my mind was ready, but my body could not to the same degree as before. let us maintain our spiritual fitness